Once upon a time, there lived a young orphan girl named Bisola. She came from a well-respected home. Bisola was the only child of her parents, and they loved and cherished her so much. But they were unfortunately taken away by the cold hands of death. When her parents died, Bisola's uncle and his wife moved into her parents' home with their children named Ayomide, Eniola, and Aremu. Bisola was loved and cherished by the villagers, but her uncle and his wife hated and treated her so badly. Her uncle sold her father's properties and squandered the money on drinking palm wine before he eventually died, and Bisola was left with his wife Bimpe and her children. When her uncle died, some villagers took it upon themselves to be sending food items to Bisola, as her auntie was very lazy and would not be able to provide for her. They also gave her some cowries in case she ever needed anything. They did this because her late parents were very kind people, and they always looked out for the poor and needy. When the villagers leave, Bimpe would take the cowries and the food items and tell Bisola never to tell anyone what she did, and she will use it to cook secretly. When she had finished cooking, she would start to sing. Ayomide, come here. Eniola, come here. Aremu, come here, but Bisola, stay there. The children would come to her, while Bisola would stay behind. When they had finished eating, they would wash their faces and rinse their mouths and go back to play with Bisola, pretending like they had not eaten. Bimpe would gather the little leftovers and give it to Bisola to eat, claiming she was the only one who eats in the house. This went on for a long time, and some days, when the food was not much, there would be no food for Bisola that day. Bimpe would call them as usual. Ayomide, come here. Eniola, come here. Aremu, come here, but Bisola, stay there. And they would eat and wash their faces. And when they were done, they would go and play with Bisola, pretending they had not eaten. There was a news about a very dangerous beast who was in the village attacking people and stealing children. And the villagers became very careful and told their children not to come out of the house. One day, when the beast was in the neighborhood looking for children to steal, he heard Bimpe singing, and he quietly observed. Ayomide, come here. Eniola, come here. Aremu, come here, but Bisola, stay there. After she had finished singing, he saw the children coming out to eat, and when they had finished eating, they washed their faces and went back inside. The beast smiled and left. The next day, he came back and observed the neighborhood, and he noticed the same thing. He hid himself and observed more, and he saw that the children had locked the door and Bimpe had left the house. He went into the compound and began to sing. Ayomide, come here. Eniola, come here. Aremu, come here, but Bisola, stay there. When the children heard this, they came out, while Bisola stayed back inside, and the beast stole the children. When Bimpe came back, she began to sing. Ayomide, come here. Eniola, come here. Aremu, come here, but Bisola, stay there. When she had finished singing, no one came out, and so she went into the house and saw only Bisola. Bimpe asked Bisola where the children were, and Bisola told her that when she called them, they all went outside to see her. Bimpe was shocked because she had left the house since, and she started wondering who would have done this. She went from house to house, asking the villagers if they had seen her children, and no one seemed to know where they were. One of the women told her that when she was in her room, she peeped and saw the beast with 3 children. Immediately Bimpe heard this, she fell on her knees and she started crying. And she realized that the beast had stolen her children. She cried and cried and cried. She started regretting her actions. The villagers asked her how it happened, and she explained everything to them. And they asked her what was the essence of the song, and she said it was out of greed, and that whenever she does not want to share her food with Bisola, she would sing the song so that her children will come and eat, while Bisola would stay in hunger. The villagers were shocked, and they told her that she deserved whatever that happened to her children, and that was the punishment for her wickedness. Bimpe looked for her children for days, but she couldn't find them. This is the end of this story. Thank you for listening to this story. Please do not forget to subscribe, like and share this video, and also comment where you are watching from below. We love and appreciate you. Bye.